Hi you guys, it's Sincerely Lariah here with a new video. Today I want to talk about how to patiently wait for your kingdom spouse and how God can give you strength to resist having sex, to resist settling for the wrong person, and just continue working on yourself, accomplishing your goals, and getting closer to God as you wait. So I'm going to give you guys a few tips on how I wait for my kingdom husband. And when I say kingdom husband, this means godly husband, and not settle for people who I feel like aren't up to par, who aren't Christian, who aren't living a Christian life. I just don't want to settle. So that's the number one reason that I wait. I have had boyfriends in the past and they were decent, but I've never met anyone who really seemed to put God first in their life. And that's the number one thing I care about in a relationship. I feel like you have to have God first in your relationship if you want a trustworthy person, if you want to resist the ways of this world, the cheating, the lying and arguing and things like that. You have to have God first, and he will give you the strength to respect one another, to be able to talk things out instead of arguing and fighting and cheating. You know, some people go to someone else when they have a problem with their girlfriend or boyfriend, and really all you got to do is sit down and, you know, talk things out with that person and tell them how you feel, tell them what disappointed you and how you guys can make it better. But, you know, a worldly relationship will just break apart over the smallest little arguments, and it won't be strong enough to stay together. And in order for anything to last and have strength, it must have God in it. I just really want to obey God and please him. And you know, being single at 26 is not the easiest thing in the world. Of course, you know, being in a world that evolves around sex and the music talks about it, the movies have so much of it going on. You know, it just tries to make people focus too much on intercourse instead of actually dating and becoming friends with someone first, getting to know them and what they like, what they don't like, what they like to do for fun, their skills and things like that. You just skip that and you just go straight for the kill. And I just don't want that type of relationship that evolves around sex. I've never been into it like that. Of course, I am still a virgin, but I mean, yeah, you get curious about it, but at the end of the day, I would rather save it for someone special, and that has to be my husband, because I have waited this long, and to be honest, I really only want to be with my husband only. So whenever God sends him into my life, that's the person that I'm going to be with. And that's the only person that I desire to be with in a sexual way, because sex is not something to throw around to multiple people. It's something for you and your husband, or you and your wife only, to enjoy. And of course, you don't want to cut off your relationship with God or cut off your blessings by dishonoring God and being in a relationship with fornication and things like that. Of course, if you're not married and you choose to have sex, then you're dishonoring God. So if you want to wait until marriage, I suggest that you pray for strength. I had to do praying and fasting. So if you want strength to wait until marriage and wait for your person instead of like messing around with the wrong people, then I would pray. That's what I did. The main thing I did was pray for patience. Of course, I have dated in the past, but I could see through like the red flags early, and that helped me to let go of the wrong people and wait on God. And at one point, when I was still at home with my parents, I was dating someone, and I liked the person, everything was going well, but I knew that he was not into God like I was. So I prayed for God to give me a sign. If this person is not the one, show me so that I can let this person go, Lord, and wait for the right person. And that same day, God showed me a sign to let me know this was not the right person for me. So I blocked them, stopped talking to them, and that gave me strength by praying and asking God to reveal if the person that I was dealing with at the time was the right guy. God will answer your prayers. If it's something that will benefit you and help you be closer to him, help you with your life, and just make you a better person, God will answer your prayers. So that's my thing. My go-to has been praying for strength, and also having discernment. Some people don't have good discernment to see, if somebody is true or fake or whatever. So pray for discernment. That's being able to tell if somebody is sent from God or if they're sent from the devil. So someone that's sent from Satan will most likely try to get you off track with God. They'll ignore the fact that you want to wait till marriage. They'll cheat on you. They'll lie to you. They're untrustworthy or just a bad person, So you have to pray for discernment to be able to tell what someone's true intentions are. And God will give you that wisdom if you ask. In the Bible, it says you have not because you ask not. So you have to ask God for the things that you need, and He will supply them. Another way you can wait for your kingdom husband is to fast. I chose to fast, and it helped me. I went without food for 3 days, just drink water only. It's very hard. It's called an Esther fast. But if you pray for strength and you're not busy working and you're just like sitting at home without using any, muscle or energy, you can't be like going to the gym while you're fasting because you're going to be burnt out. But if you sit at home and just be like off for a whole 3 days and you want to start fasting, I would suggest this because the Esther fast helped me. I drank water for 3 days. I prayed. I would listen to gospel music and I wrote down notes and things that I wanted from God. Some of them I received. Of course, I'm still waiting on my husband, but the more you pray and ask God for something, He will bless you with it. But also it takes time to gain some blessings because it has to be God's timing. And some things take longer than others. I believe the reason my husband has not found me yet is because God may still be preparing him for me. Because I have been praying, I pray daily. And I do know that if you pray daily for something and it's not something against God, it's something that is His will for you and you have not received it, it's because it's not the right time. So if you are praying like for, let's just say you're praying for something like a pair of sneakers or a job that's all the way in Hawaii and you're in the United States, if you don't get that, then it could possibly mean it's not God's will. But of course, God did say in the Bible, it's not good for man to be alone. So He does want us to have someone that we can love and get married to. That is His will for everyone. So if He has you waiting patiently and you've been waiting and waiting like me, then this is for a reason, because God will withhold nothing good from those who love Him. If this is something that you want and you obey God and you're a good person and you don't dishonor Him, you might not be perfect, but you're living your life in a way that pleases God, then He will not withhold something that you want from you. God wants us to have our desires, the desires of our heart. It says that seek ye first the kingdom of heaven and all these things shall be given unto you. So of course, God wants you to have a husband if you're a woman and you're a woman of God and you're single. And if you're a man of God and you're single, yes, God wants you to have a wife, but He has to place this person in your life at the best time so that you guys can have a good relationship and be prepared, financially prepared. You need to be spiritually mature enough as well so that you guys can work things out and be loyal to each other. So it could possibly be your person that God is working on. And I believe that's the case with me, is that God may be working on my husband and getting him prepared for me. Because yes, I do go to church. Yes, I am working in my career field as a hairstylist. And yes, I am where I want to be. So I do know going to school was something that got me closer to being prepared to be a wife, getting my degree and everything. So at this point, it's God that I'm waiting on. And I know that He will send this person when it's the best time for me and him both. And that's what I would rather have, is for my husband to be ready to be the man that I need him to be, the provider, the protector. I'm ready for him to be like done with like clubbing and all of that. I don't want somebody that's still out here in the clubs and in the streets, because that's just too much of a distraction. And I would rather us be in church together, traveling together, and just spending quality time. But I don't want like somebody that's still out there, partying every weekend, because there's too much temptation in that type of lifestyle. So my advice to anyone that's waiting on their husband or wife is to pray daily, every day, about this, because of course We battle every day with spirits, and whether you know it or not, the devil is busy every day. It's not one day that the devil is gonna just be like, okay, I'm done, I'm off today. He's out here every day trying to get people to settle for the wrong relationships, sending the wrong people to you to block your husband and wife from coming. So you got to stay prayed up every day, and I mean every day. So yeah, I hope this video helped. Also, if you want strength to keep waiting on your spouse, join a church. My cat is having the zoomies back here. Join a church and get involved with other Christians that are waiting. And you know, you can hang around people that are married that, you know, will give you advice on how they got married. Do whatever you got to do, but don't settle. Keep waiting on God. It will pay off for you. I hope this video was helpful, and I wish you all the best, and hopefully God will send you your husband or wife very soon. Bye.